I'm Ethan Sobel for UMassAthletics.com, as today we check in with the men's cross-country program, and for that we have veteran head coach with us, Ken O'Brien. Coach, this weekend your team heading into one of the most important meets of the season in the form of the Atlantic 10 Championships. What's it going to take for your team to repeat upon 2008's first place performance?
Ethan, we're a little different team than we were in 2008. At that time we were very, very deep. We had a lot of depth 1 through 12. This year's team has got off to a slow start because of a couple of injuries and not being quite as deep. But I really do feel as though we're settling in right now. We've got some of the kids back that we had missed the first part of the year, and some of the younger freshman runners that we're going to count on for some depth are coming along now that they've been in school for a couple of months.
Now, talking about injuries, you were without two of your top runners, Kevin and David Johnson, for the first 3 weeks of the season, but your team competing still quite well, including a first-place finish at the home meet. What does that tell you about the strength of your team as a whole?
Yeah, we were very fortunate and happy to get David and Kevin back. They've been certainly great performers for us for 4 years. I think our team is one of those teams that has got pretty good up-front strength. But I've noticed the conference this year, several teams probably have more up-front strength than I can remember the conference having in recent memory. We're not quite that solid, but we've got a few pretty solid people 1 through 4. We've got some guys in what I call the middle of the pack who certainly can pop a big race here and there. And as I mentioned a few seconds ago, we've got some freshmen who are starting to learn the ropes, and although we may not match people up front, I think we're pretty deep and we're going to rely on that quite a bit this weekend.
Now, based on what you've seen in the first 4 meets of the season thus far, what would you say are going to be the keys for your team to be successful this Saturday in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that's you always wondered about that going into a season, and then as the season develops, you sometimes have to take a different course. I think really right now, the best thing we can look for are 1 or 2 surprises. 1 or 2 people who haven't run as close to the front possibly as they might be capable of. Finding their strides over the past couple of weeks and really popping a great race for us. 2 would be spectacular, and we certainly could live with 1.
Now, heading into the Atlantic 10 Championships, it's really the beginning of the end of the cross-country season with the IC4As and NCAAs following. As the head coach, what are you emphasizing to your competitors at practice so that they're able to perform at their highest personal level heading into the latter part of the cross-country season?
Yeah, a sport like ours, many times people ask questions similar to that because we don't have an offensive game plan each week, and we don't have we're not working on a good defense. But there's a little bit more to it, cross-country coaching that is, I think, than many people understand. For instance, at this time of the year, when you've done a lot of the hard work to get everyone in good shape and they've had several meets under their belt for some experience, I think you try to refine a few things that might help either each individual or the team. And the 2 things that come to mind, I think, what we've worked on right now for this week and for the next couple of weeks, is you try to orientate your workouts to take advantage so that you'll be prepared for a certain type of course. If you don't have that championship meet as a home meet, you want to make sure you're not taken by surprise by someone else's home course. So you do a little studying if the course has been run before. You start to orientate your practices to work on being prepared for the course. And we're fortunate to have a great training area that way. So we've been doing that quite regularly over the past couple of weeks. And then the third and final thing, basically, is that you can also kind of tweak an individual or 2. If a person's a little bit late coming on, you may still want to work on his strength. If he's been training quite regularly, you may want to rest him a little bit and by using some workouts that will sharpen him up. So it's a juggling match between training the team in the right way to capitalize on the championship part of the season with some type of work or some type of rest, and also training each individual with those same concerns in mind.
Well, Coach, we thank you for your time. Wish you the best of luck this weekend.
Well, we appreciate it as always, and thank you very much. And we're looking forward to going down to Pittsburgh, having a great race, and seeing everybody back in Amherst, hopefully with a big smile on their face.
Excellent. That was veteran head coach of the men's cross-country team, Ken O'Brien. This weekend, the squad heading to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for the Atlantic 10 Championships.